Vaishali, thank you so much for joining us today. You had a lovely victory against your compatriot Divya Deshmukh. Very interesting move order that you played with this kind of general idea with the knight f3, b3. You ended up in this kind of Catalan-esque sort of structure, maybe. What were your thinkings about the kind of opening overall?
I think the opening went as planned. I think till IC3 and yeah, it's like a bit of tricky order starting with B3, C4. I'm not committing G3 or E3 as the option, and yeah, when she chose her setup, I decided to go for G3, and it's like a Catalan, and I think I was happy with the opening.
And you kind of had this interesting moment as well where you pushed f4, and for the moves before that, you seemed to have a little think, but then you pushed f4 very quickly. So was this kind of part of your preparation, a position maybe or structure that you were familiar with?
No, 94. I mean, 94 I was already out of book. I was on my own, and I saw this. Yeah, I saw the sequence of tick tick 95 f5 f4. I thought it was interesting to try. I mean, usually in the structure they break with f3 and break the structure for black, but yeah, and I thought like f4 it's interesting. I mean, she has to decide whether to take f3 or not. Otherwise, I thought it's a good space advantage for me. Um, yeah, that was my idea. I was not sure actually if she takes EF3, like how to recapture. I was still figuring out, but yep.
And you had, as you say, this wonderful space advantage. Do you think that space advantage already made things a little bit too difficult for Divya to maybe hold, if even if she had kept her pawn on was it c6? Yeah, even if she kept that pawn, or do you think the space advantage was just so great?
Yeah, it was so good. She didn't. I mean, it was very difficult for her to find a plan, and I think she was feeling already very uncomfortable. Uh, because I can play on both sides. I was also planning to play some rook f2 bishop f1 g4 ideas, and I could also shift the rook f2 rook c2, and I thought my position is so good. Yeah, it's very hard to play from there.
And you're now in the sole lead, but it's very possible you might be joined by someone else. There were 5 women, which is super exciting, all on 4.5. And last I saw, it looks like Zhuzhina was doing a bit better in her game. But what does it mean at the moment to kind of be in the sole lead, do you think, of the women's candidates?
No, it doesn't matter, I think, because every day it's changing a lot. It's getting, I mean, it's very unpredictable, yeah, as we see the things are going on. And yeah, I'm just trying to focus on my game, like to play good quality. Like I already said, like my games were shaky in the first half. Like at least last 2 days, I'm quite happy with the games, it's going. So yeah, I hope to continue my good quality.
I mean, you said there about the shaky one. It reminds me actually of your previous encounter against Divya, where you had to do these 2 tactics to get the draw, and it seemed a bit more shaky. But overall, I think in our pre-event interview, we discussed this idea of you maybe being a little bit of a streaky player at times. But here you seem much more consistent and stable. Is this kind of something that you've done some work on in the previous few months?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot in the last few months. I tried to work on it. I don't know, maybe it's working. We'll get to see towards the end. Okay. Yeah.
Well, perfect. Well, thank you so much very much, Vaishali, and wishing you all the best for the rest of your games. Thank you.